Hello and welcome to another video from the Silver Citizen. Remember, if you like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, don't miss any video, hit the share button. Share on your social media, get the word out. Alright, let's get into it. This video is about the Newcastle game. I will be honest, I was expecting us to win against Newcastle. And when we started off quite well. We were on top, we were closing them down, we were in the faces, we were playing well. And then we scored. Beautiful bit of skill by Bernardo. Clipped the ball in. Whether it was for Ireland or just a cross into the box, I don't know, but went just a little over Ireland and then came down for Gundogan to chest it. And hitting the ball as it bounced up. Put us 1-0 up. We had another couple of chances. If memory serves, De Bruyne got put through and went to stick it through Nick Pope's legs while it was still 1-0, I think. I don't think Newcastle had scored by that point. I don't even think it was past 15 minutes. I mean, you'll understand when I get to that in a minute. Foden had another chance where if he'd have squared it again, Ireland had an empty net to put it into, which would have made it 2-0. That's twice in 2 games he's done that now. Got to a point and thought more about him shooting than putting it across. As Pep said after Bournemouth, he needs to know Ireland's always going to be there because he's a number 9. He hasn't figured that out yet because he didn't even look. I think again when he got the ball, he should have squared it. But what's been has been. Then after about 15 minutes, City gave up. And I say gave up because then Rodri would get the ball, and usually Rodri, last season was fantastic. The season before that, I thought he had a very good season. So far this season, he's been great. But against Newcastle, he was, pardon my French, fucking shit. He'd get the ball, he'd stay there, dawdle, get tackled. Oh, these things wearing black and white shirts aren't cones. They don't just stand still and watch me do what I want. Probably about 5-10 minutes before Newcastle went 2-1 up, I was shouting at the TV. Because I was watching it at my mum's. I'd gone for a skydive, I'd come back, we were watching the TV. I wasn't really shouting at the TV, but I was basically turning around and saying, fucking get him off. I think the worst thing that could have happened for City against Newcastle was Ake went off injured. It was all downhill from there. Ake went off injured and the rest of the team just went off with him. He went to the dressing room, the rest of the team mentally went into the dressing room to see if he was okay, while Newcastle stayed on the pitch. You see, attitude and all the rest of it, it's not like a light switch you can switch on and off. Well, you can certainly switch it off, and after 15 minutes, City switched off. There was a couple of chances where Newcastle could have equalised, and thankfully Edison was there, making saves. And usually these types of things should serve as a warning. Hang on a minute here. Yes, we've had chances to make it 2, but we haven't put any of them in the net. It's still only 1-0. But no, even that didn't wake them up. So, while a lot of City fans might have been not very happy that Almiron made it 1-1, I was quite happy. Because I thought if nothing else, that would wake them up. That would give them a swift kick up the arse that they needed to put their arse in gear. Unfortunately, it didn't. Nothing changed. And lo and behold, they went 2-1 up. Edison didn't have a chance for the second goal. Whether he should have come out and caught the cross for the first one, don't know. I personally think he should have done, but once he hadn't done, he wasn't going to save the shot. It was too close. But I thought 1-1 would wake him up. It didn't. I thought 2-1 would wake him up. It didn't. I thought going in at half time, Pep would bollock them, give them 10-15 minutes to see what they can do. And they'd come out with Pep's words still ringing in their ears and come out like an house on fire. Well, they came out like the fire had been put out before they came out of the dressing room. Still dozy. Still going through the motions. Still thinking that Newcastle's game was Barcelona's game. A useless friendly. No, Newcastle's game was important. Then Newcastle got a free kick, which Kieran Trippier scored. Yes, I think Edison probably made a mistake moving over, but I think he probably thought the ball was going to go over the wall. And as soon as he'd made that step, he wasn't going to get it. With the fact that the ball went into the corner of the net, I don't think if Edison would have started one step further over and then stepped to his right and pushed off, I still don't think he'd have got to it. That kind of woke City up a little bit. Now, then they started pushing a little bit further. The passes started to get a bit better. Yes, Ireland had a chance at the start of the second half, and it was a good save by Pope to push it onto the post. But after going 3-1 down, they woke up a little bit. Now, Ireland got put through. Unfortunately, as soon as the pass was made, Nick Pope was off. Nick Pope had seen what happened against West Ham. It wasn't going to happen against him. He was off, and by the time Ireland got to the ball to hit it, Nick Pope was on top of him. But he still tried to get a shot off to try and get it past him. Didn't work. Then came the goal. Flighted ball into the box from De Bruyne. think it was Rodri and Diaz that went for it, and then one of them, possibly Rodri, poked it, and there was Haaland to smash it in. Not that long after, Bernardo made it 3-3. It was a pass that probably only Kevin De Bruyne would be able to spot. Mesmerising. That pass was mesmerising. Took out about 6 players in one bump. How he spotted the run, I don't know. You see it from a bird's eye view on the screen, and I still can't spot the run. Bernardo slotted it away, and from that point, you're thinking to yourself, City will go on and win this. Like we did against Aston Villa. Like we've done so many times before, City will go on and win this, and it'll be 4-3. Pretty much like it was in COVID year. And even more so when the referee sent Kieran Trippier off, which should have stuck. But, as we all know, VAR didn't want City to continue their lead over Liverpool, and everyone was expecting Liverpool to beat Man United. So it's like, you do realise Kieran Trippier plays for Newcastle. It's 3-3, and if you send Trippier off and put Newcastle to 10 men, City will more likely win this. Can you just go over to the screen? We want you to change your mind. We want you to have got that wrong. So just go over to the screen and then come back, and you can give him a yellow. Just don't book him again. You know, like you did with Bruno Guimaraes after he made a possible dangerous tackle. Kevin De Bruyne got a yellow card, rightly so. He made quite a few others thereafter and didn't get another yellow card. Along with a load of other Newcastle players. I thought we'll stand a better chance if City's best players are on the treatment table. So let's kick them. Because when they wake up, we're in for a game. So if we boot them and boot them and boot them, then hopefully they'll go off injured. And then we won't have to worry about them when they wake up. Now, it was a definite red card. I don't give a shit what anyone else says. That was a red. The ball was on the floor. And whether they turn around and say, oh, well, his studs weren't showing, it doesn't matter. He went at knee height. Kieran Trippier went to kick him at the knee. Now, if De Bruyne's foot was firmly planted on contact, he's probably out for the season. So whether you can say, oh, he just wants to win, there's no malice in it. No malice or not, a broken leg's still a broken leg, whether you go in there with malice or you go in there to win the ball. Although he wasn't going in there to win the ball because that was on the fucking floor. Last time I checked, De Bruyne's knee wasn't on the floor until Trippier had come through it. Definite red card. The referee got it right, but he didn't have the balls to turn around to VAR and say, no, I got that right, red card stands, get your ass in the shower. He's there thinking, well, it's a more experienced referee on VAR, I can't go against him. No, it's a more corrupt referee in VAR, so before you start becoming corrupt like the rest of them, stick to your guns when you get things right. If it wasn't a red card offence, then fair enough, but it was. He made no attempt to win the ball and went at his knee. He was on the halfway line. Alright, so your opponent's on the halfway line and you pull his shirt back and smack him in the face. Can't be a sending off, he's only on the halfway line. His studs weren't showing. So you're on the halfway line, the ball's on the floor, and you go bang with that part of your foot, in someone's stomach, I wasn't showing my studs. On the halfway line. It's only a yellow. These excuses don't wash with me. A red card's a red card. That was a red card. But VAR gets involved, and Kieran Trippier stays on. That was an almost decent challenge that could have put De Bruyne out for the rest of the season. If you send him off, he's not going to get another chance. Dirty bastard should be suspended for 3 games. Otherwise, why didn't Darwin Núñez get his headbutt reversed? That was on the opponent's box. That was even further away from the goal than halfway line. So why is that a red? Because he wasn't making any attempt to get the ball either. No. VAR is not fit for purpose, and it's not fit for purpose because of the technology. It's not fit for purpose because of the people that are looking at the screen. You can have all the technology in the world, but as long as you've got idiots watching a screen that don't know what they're fucking doing, it's not going to improve. In fact, there was less wrong decisions before VAR than there have been since VAR was invented. There's more decisions going wrong. You give us we get most of the decisions right. Really? Really? Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. The PGMOL and all the other fucking corrupt bastards, you keep telling yourself that. But the fact is, VAR is fucking useless. Pretty much like the friendly against Barcelona. Useless. Not fit for purpose. I hear the women going on, there's VAR in the Premier League, why haven't we got it? Trust me, you don't fucking want it. Be careful what you wish for. Championship, but there's no VAR in the Championship. Good. Embrace it. Because the Premier League have got VAR. And whether it's the players, the managers, the fans, there isn't a single person in the Premier League that wants VAR. Other than probably Liverpool. But no. The ref let himself down there. Made the right decision. And he bottled it. He buckled under the pressure because someone watching on a TV screen turned around and said, "Can you go and change your mind?" That's why they won't allow us to listen to the conversations, because that's what's going on. You get someone watching on a TV screen and sees something and goes, "Can you go and change your mind?" I put a $5 on no red cards in this match, and if I'll get money just as long as you reverse it. Can you just go and change your mind? Can you cancel that goal? He had a bit of an hard-on, and his dick was further forward than anybody else. The rest of him was onside, but his dick was further forward. Can you rule it out for offside? If you get the fine line, his fingernail was further forward. Can you call it offside? No, we're happy with this goal. Half of his foot might have been offside, but we're happy with this goal. Scrap VAR, simple, or the match day officials, get rid of them. Just have the fourth official to blow his whistle whenever VAR has made a decision on something. VAR has decided it's a free kick. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point in having an official and saying, oh, we're not going to re-referee matches, when actually that's all you're pretty much fucking doing is re-refereeing matches. I mean, City was shit. Let's not beat about the bush here. City were garbage. And if we were playing a side that is going to, at the end of the season, end higher than mid-table, if we were playing a side that is going to end top 8, I'd say, this year, and putting a performance like that, we'd have got beat. We'd have got turned over. Convincingly. Hopefully, when we play our next important game against Crystal Palace, it's a vast improvement in performance. Some people have been given a kick up the arse. Granted, tomorrow, whatever day it is when I upload this video, but don't know, but tomorrow we've got a useless friendly against Barcelona. Hopefully, we don't get any injuries. Hopefully, we don't get any injuries. But it was 3-3. And considering the performance, considering the fact that we switched off after 15 minutes and didn't really wake up, not fully awake, but we opened our eyes around about 60 minutes, and that lasted for about a quarter of an hour. Kind of petered out when the red card got rescinded. I'm happy with a point, because quite frankly we deserve none. But anyway, till next time, adios amigos.